Hey, this is Elijah with the Oxygen team, and in today's video, we're going to take a look at how to use the Easy Posts element to display posts on your site. Let's get started by adding an Easy Posts element from the Add button up here at the top left corner of the interface, and we can either type Easy Posts to search for it, or we can go to Helpers and Dynamic and insert it that way. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the query. If we go to the query options here in the Properties pane, you're going to see that we're on a custom query. Generally, you're probably going to want to switch this to default. What the default query does is it defers to WordPress for the query that it needs to use. So for instance, right now we're previewing a posts archive and we're in an archive template. But if we were to switch to a different archive in the previewing dropdown, we would see different posts. So as a general rule, if you can use the default query and get the posts back that you need, that's what you should do because it will make your Easy Posts element much more reusable. So let's switch back to the posts archive for our preview here, and let's talk about some of the other query options. We have custom, which allows us to determine a post type, filtering settings, order, and count. We have manual, which allows us to type in a manual query string. And we have advanced, which allows us to either use a preset to do things like related posts by terms, random related posts by terms, and posts of the same post type as the current. Or we can click Edit Query, and we can use the Visual Query Builder to build out a query using WP Query arguments. The WordPress Codex has lots of information on WP Query and how to use those arguments, and we'll go more in depth on the advanced query functionality in another video. For now, we're going to use the default query. So anytime we change the query, we need to go down here and click Apply Query Parameters. Now let's jump back up here and take a look at our styling options. We can adjust the titles, font size, color, and hover color. We can adjust the meta styles. We can adjust the content styles, font size, and color. We can adjust the read more display type between button and text link, font size, text color, text hover color, and button hover color. And finally, we can set some responsive rules. Now note, these styling options don't work with every single display type in Easy Posts. For instance, this particular layout does not display any post meta, so these styling options won't do anything. So depending on the layout you choose, you'll want to play with these and see which ones are appropriate. But speaking of styling, if you need to style something that there isn't a style control for, you can jump into Templates and Template CSS and see all the CSS rules that are used to achieve the layout that you see. If you're familiar with CSS, this makes it very easy to do very custom layouts using the Easy Posts element. And anywhere you see this %, EPID placeholder, that's going to be swapped out for the unique ID of the Easy Posts element where this CSS has been written. This avoids collisions with other Easy Posts elements if there's multiple on the same page. And if we jump back to templates, we can also fully manipulate the template PHP. So everything that's output in our layout can be changed here in the code. We can change read more to learn more, for instance. And if we click Apply Code, we're going to see that button change over there in the preview. Now let's collapse this editor and we're going to jump back and take a look at the last styling option we have, which is Grid Layout. This allows us to use CSS Grid, which you can see in action over here on the layout that we're currently using. We also can choose from a number of presets here at the bottom. We have grid, glossy, masonry. Let's pick that one and see what it looks like. And then we have some more basic layouts such as list, image on left. You can export and import presets, and you can save your own. One final note is that if you find your Easy Posts element is not returning the proper number of posts per page on your archives or pages, you'll need to go to the WordPress admin panel under Settings, Reading, and change the blog pages show at most value. By default, it's set to 10. So again, this is Elijah with the Oxygen team, and that's how to use the Easy Posts element to display posts on your site. Thank you very much for watching.